Hello guys, welcome to Kweku Tech. If today is your first time here, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and the notification icon below. So today I have with me here Rashford Nkasa, also known as Khophi. He's a software engineer and also a drone piloter. I'll be having a conversation with him to tell us his journey, how and also how he combines both the piloting, the drone piloting and the software engineering. Nkasa, you are welcome.
Thank you, boss.
Oh, you are my boss.
Oh, no. I'm here, so you are my boss.
Okay.
That's how it works.
I'll accept it today.
Yes, sir, boss.
But I learned a lot from you.
You're
I
welcome.
watch your videos and I've been taking a lot from you.
Glad you found it helpful.
Yeah, I wish I had the money to upgrade
Small,
to
small,
that
you get there.
extent that you
Small,
are today.
small.
Okay. So can you tell us where you come from?
So I'm basically, I'm a Ghanaian, so I'm primarily based in Khophi.
Okay.
That's where I base. Yeah.
Your educational background.
My highest educational background at the moment is I went to Khophi as a tech, so that's where I completed, and after that I just started with my developer career.
Okay. So how did you get into the developer career?
Well, I got to learn earlier on when I was young that I have interest in building web applications, so I just spending my time learning about the basics of, at the time I think it was HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and going to cafes, reading about it, learning on my phone I had at the time, and then sometimes writing on paper. And
At which age was that?
do I even remember? I think. Do I even remember? I think that was when I was in junior high school.
Wow.
I don't remember exactly the age. Yeah, I think JSS Form 2 is when I realized I really just want to get into software development. So I don't know what age I was at the time.
Did you hear it from somewhere or anyone?
One thing I was curious about was I was at the time. I remember I was interested in learning about things that are going to, like, the next step when it comes to the web, or applications and stuff like that. At the time, I didn't have a lot of knowledge when it comes to what web applications are. All I knew was that the internet was going to be a thing, or is going to like blow up. So I just wanted to be part of that and just learn towards being able to build something to use on the internet. Because at the time, I think there was those times we had Google, we had Facebook, and so how they looked, how they worked, I was curious about, like, things like that. And I wasn't very particular about mobile apps. I was more interested in the web specifically. Okay. So that's where I just started learning about anything I could find when it comes to that. I think those days was W3 schools. So just reading the basics, trying out how it works.
So can you still remember the first website you hosted?
I hosted online.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think I will remember exactly. So I've done a bit of FTP. I've done cPanel stuff, and then Heroku.
Okay.
So I wouldn't remember exactly my hosted one. That is something I should look for. Like, I should find it somewhere in my Google Drive or something. Okay. But it was along the lines of those days. There wasn't anything like continuous integration and pushing to GitHub or whatever. Like, those were not things I was familiar with at the time. It was more like static websites. So you punch everything you want in the HTML, and then when you click on it, it goes to, if it's about the HTML, that kind of thing. Okay. It wasn't necessarily like using web applications that we use today, where you send a request to server, process it in Python or PHP, and then send it. It was just static. Like, if you want about page, you write an about page, put it in the folder in there, and then when you load the index points to about HTML, about maybe takes you to contact, that kind of thing. I don't remember exactly the first one I hosted. It probably was just a learning thing. So just things that I had developed on.
So which programming languages do you use?
Currently, I primarily use JavaScript.
Okay.
My stack is primarily JavaScript, so Angular for the front end and Node.js for backend stuff. But then I swap out the backend with Python,
Okay.
Python Django, depending on what I'm building. And yeah, that's pretty much the stack. So JavaScript, Python, primarily for the most part.
Okay. So how did you get into piloting, drone piloting?
Yeah, so I've been a software engineer for the past 10 years, and I was like, okay, I want to try something else. So I've been into videography, photography, and the piloting came about because I realized at the time, I think 2 or 3 years ago, there weren't a lot openly available drone videos from Ghana. So I got my first drone and was like, let me just fly around, capture places, and share it. And yeah, people and like the videos I was sharing, and so I was like, cool. Then let me get serious with it. So after flying the normal drones for a while, I decided to switch to FPV,
Okay.
which is what I currently specialize fully in.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, it's going on well. Shameless plug. I was happy to shoot the recent Global Citizen Festival
Okay.
Usher's performance. We were the guys who shot it, FPV Africa.
Oh wow. Wow.
I don't know if you
Wow.
guys knew of that.
Yeah. Anyway, I didn't know that you were the one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were there just to shoot Usher's performance. So
Oh wow.
if you saw our drone flying around when he was performing, basically myself and the other guys who were with me, we were kind of like, I am flying, but then they are giving me directions like
Okay.
go here, this, that.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen
I've
the
s-
Usher video, the one on his Instagram.
Oh, okay. Okay, I saw the video, but I never knew you were
Oh,
the one.
okay.
Okay. I've saw most of your videos. Like I
Yeah.
mostly watch your channel
Yeah.
to see most of your videos, and I really like them because I saw the one you even went to Kenya
Yes,
to shoot.
yes. So those were early days when I was starting the FPV. So getting the whole set and then started shooting, practicing. Over there, I couldn't shoot as much as I wanted. The drone laws in Kenya is a different thing. So
Oh, okay, so how do you gain from those kind of videos that you shoot, like
so
waterfalls and those kind of things?
yes, we make. I think recently we started making documentaries, the area Ghana documentaries. The whole idea is one, we want to showcase some of the beautiful places we have here in Ghana, put it on our YouTube channel. Hopefully, when the video blows up, we can make money from the ad revenue from the videos, or the videos we take. We have a stock website where we put categorize all of them over there. So if any movie production house is interested in shots like that for their movies, any content creator wants snippets of Ghana or stuff like that, they can also buy some of the stock footage and use it for their production or whatever. So it's more like a two-way thing. We
Okay.
take it for the YouTube to create content, but then we make them available for anyone who is also interested to kind of like.
I saw one of your videos where one of the TV stations here in Ghana took
Yes.
your video.
So yes, and that case is currently settled. But yeah, basically it was. We don't want people using our videos without our permission. So that was basically the whole issue with the news station case.
Okay.
But that is currently case closed, and then we are happy. They are happy. Everybody is settled.
So how do you combine these two things, software engineering with the videography?
Currently, well, I don't program a lot as I used to. Most of the time these days, I'm more of talking about tech and writing about tech, or engaging with people and trying to get people to get started with different platforms. In this case, I mostly share about Digital Ocean and the platform, some of the features on there, some of their products, how to get you started with it. Once in a while, I wish I could do more of that, but then be on the community forums and then answer questions and help with that. And also, I write code, but it's not as intense as I used to. With the current company I work with, we build Python backend, which kind of processes, captures data, and then we can go through and find patterns of what may be an anomaly or any fraud or whatever, like try to understand it. It's up and running. We've set it up so it's just pulling data and then we can go through. As and when we need to get insights or whatnot, then we go to figure it out. But I don't program mostly these days. I rather mostly talk about tech and then do demos and quick tutorials or whatnot just to. And I also learn new tech these days. So if there's a new programming language or a new framework or something of that sort, and I'm like, yeah, let's test it out. So right now I'm thinking of trying out. There's this meta search engine. They call it. How do I pronounce it without? It's SEARX. How do you pronounce it without? So normally, it's supposed to be search, like it's a search meta engine, but then the way it is, it's kind of
some way.
Yeah, if you are pronouncing it and you don't end up where you end up, you know that, yes. So, but then I'm trying to just configure it and then see how it works and play around it and use it for myself and also make it available. Like the one I did for VPN. I currently have an article on VPN, how to deploy your own VPN using OpenVPN, DNS mask, and then put it on your phone using connected browse. And so these are kind of new technologies, not necessarily new, but then new tech that I come across that I just want to play with and learn from and write articles or make a video about them.
Thank you very much. I want to ask you these personal questions.
Yeah.
Like, if you are to advise someone getting into tech, you being a videographer and a software engineer, with a community in Ghana here, would you recommend someone to go into videography or go into software engineering?
So that is an interesting question, and there's no one size fits all to it. Like in Ghana right now, if you're a software developer, the sweetest part is if you're working with a foreign organization.
Okay.
That's where the sweetness is.
Okay, that's where the money is.
Well, you can say that. So, so if you're working in Ghana with as a software developer, it's good to work with foreign organizations because in that case you end up being paid usually in dollars or in euros, which when you convert it to cities, it's much more. Let me put it. It's a much more healthy salary to work home with. So if you want to become a software developer with the goal of working with remote organizations, that is great. Now, it's not just only the money, but then you get to work on sometimes products that are out there, and so you get to learn a lot. You get to work on projects that will challenge you enough to kind of like do things and become better. Not to say you can't find such environment here in Ghana when it comes to learning. It's good to learn from as you're starting here in Ghana. But then we all know that when you get the remote gigs, they are usually lucrative. And so, yeah. But in terms of whether to do video, that is also a whole field on its own, which I wouldn't say I am qualified enough to talk much about because for video, you need to get the guy who is doing the PyCon video. Okay. He's been in the industry for probably like more than 10 years. So he would have more and he's doing like proper video. Okay. Me, I'm not doing the proper video proper like they are doing. So mine is more like I'm trying to get into it. So my experience in it is not as much as they would have. But for me, yeah, if you want to get into video, sure. I want to focus on drone FPV specifically for now. So that's pretty much.
Thank you for passing through. Your last words for our audience.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. As it stands now in Ghana, my advice probably would be start earning in dollars so that because the way things are going,
They say start earning in dollars,
yes,
not in
yes,
cedis.
yes, start earning in dollars so that because if you start earning in dollars and you are paid into a foreign account, that means when you wake up one day and the CD to the dollar is like 15 to $1, you don't really care that much. If you wake up one day and $1 is 30 CDs, as somebody who earns in dollars, you are not really like at the end of the day, you only convert it at the time of when you want to use the money. And so it doesn't really hurt that much considering compared to when you are supposed to be paid 10,000 CDs, but then 3 months ago, the 10,000 CDs was let's say $1,000. But then you wake up one day and the $1,000 is the 10,000 CDs is now worth $700, which means $300 is gone. And then you wake up another day, it's gone. So it's kind of so if you can get as a software developer, can get a job that pays you in dollars or any foreign currency. If you can get pounds, go for it. Or euros, then so basically for developers, that's all I can say. Now, this might sound, I don't know, but if you are in a position to do that, if the software companies here in Ghana can even, well, the government of Ghana won't let them, but it is what it is.
Your social media handles.
I am active. I'm no longer active online most of the time these days. Twitter, like they say, Twitter is not a real place. So the dragging is too much on there. But then my handle is in Cancer Export. And then I'm normally chatting on Telegram. So Telegram is at Khophi, Khophi. Yeah.
I'll also be sharing his YouTube link with you.
And on YouTube, yes. I even forgot the YouTube. See you. Hey, this life. YouTube now, me right now, I the boy YouTube small. So, oh yeah, YouTube.
I have to have a conversation with
yes,
you.
YouTube is not what we used to know it. So it's YouTube is now an extreme sport.
So
it's a wild game.
I'll be sharing your links over there too. Yes. And please don't forget to give me a subscribe and hit on the notification icon so that anytime I make a new video, you'll get to know. Peace.